This story out of Ohio is tragic, and we have to warn you, the details may be upsetting. This is 23-year-old Jacob Durbin, a military veteran and police officer who'd been on the force in the suburbs of Cleveland for less than 2 years. Jacob was engaged to be married this July and had a promising life ahead. His father reportedly also serves as a police officer in the same department. This past Saturday, just before 10 p.m., Jacob was one of the officers responding to a call from a woman who feared for her life, saying she and her child were being threatened by the child's father. When Jacob and his fellow officers arrived, she warned them that the suspect might still be nearby. Tragically, as they moved to check the backyard, gunfire erupted. In a sudden and violent ambush, Jacob was struck by multiple gunshots. Despite being rushed to the hospital, he did not survive his injuries. The news shattered the community in his department, where he was remembered as an incredible person. The gunman fled the scene, sparking a manhunt that lasted into the next day. He was later identified as 24-year-old Deshaun Anthony Vaughn and eventually located some 9 miles from where the tragedy unfolded. After a standoff with law enforcement, Vaughn was found dead inside a home. Cops would not elaborate on how he died or reveal if they exchanged gunfire with the suspect, who they say was heavily armed. A motive for the shooting is still under investigation. In 2023, 136 federal, state, and local law enforcement officers died in the line of duty, compared to 224 officials in 2022.
My condolences goes out to that police officer family, just for the simple fact, man, you doing your job, which we all know can be dangerous. But this sick mental patient motherfucker just, you know what I'm saying, ambushed the police. And why do it matter how it happened? He killed someone. He's been known to be violent towards women. You know what I'm saying? And if he was heavily armed how we heard he was, guess what? He did some dumb shit just like he shot that police officer and killed him. That was creating a beautiful life, you know what I'm saying? And now his wife, fiance, girlfriend, other half, gotta move on with her life without him, because this dude is, man. Mental health, like they say, is so real, and a lot of folks out here really need to get the help. You know, it's crazy to see how money, tax dollars, are being spent versus how it should be spent. You know, man, that's crazy. They want to know why or how this guy died when he just killed the officer. Who cares how this dude died? He was dumb anyway and very violent. You know what I'm saying? He think that's how you solve shit. So guess how he died? A violent way, because he think that's how you solve shit.
This story is disturbing. This is 42-year-old Jesse Clifford Brown from Texas. Brown reportedly learned that his stepdaughter's ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old John Allen Franco, had allegedly threatened to share nude photos of her. Franco and the stepdaughter had a rocky relationship, and this threat was reportedly a final act of revenge. But not if Brown had anything to say about it. One day, while Franco was stopped at an intersection with his 2-year-old daughter, Brown and 2 other men came up to his car. In seconds, a gunshot rang out, Franco was hit, and his car rolled backwards. When emergency responders arrived, they initially believed it was a car accident, but an autopsy soon revealed a bullet wound to Franco's head. And get this whole thing went cold for 2 years, until finally someone came forward pointing authorities to Brown and his accomplices. They claimed Brown had been enraged over Franco's threat and wanted to send a message to his stepdaughter's ex. This all happened a few years ago, but just this week, a jury found Brown guilty after only 2 hours of deliberation. He was sentenced to 40 years in prison. But this case is a reminder of how deeply toxic patriarchal values like control and dominance can drive violence. The patriarchy is the fucked up worldview that men should control and dominate women socially, politically, and economically. Until we restructure our justice system to address the roots of violence, stories like this will continue to resurface.
Now that's insane that this dude did this to somebody all for words. And then it went cold for 2 years. Like, what the hell type of forensic team y'all had, knowing that it wasn't a car crash? You know what I'm saying? Y'all could have clearly fucking seen that he was shot. I'm pretty sure you could tell if somebody been shot in the head or a car crash victim, because, I mean, even if it's bloody and gory, it's still gonna be, you know, you can tell the difference. I mean, who was the one that was on this damn case and said it was a car crash? That's what I'm curious about, because this is just, man, this is kind of sloppy. And it's a good thing that somebody came forward and let it be known what happened, because, man, you can't just go around expecting violence to fucking solve things when violence just make it worse. You know, having a peace talk, hoping that you get through to somebody, that's what doing the right thing is all about, is giving people chances, giving them the right to correct their words, their actions, all that type shit. So I hope them 40 years that you just, added to your life of being in somebody's cage was well worth it.